Greetings, friend, and welcome. Jalapeño is OpenAI's first custom AI chip, built with Broadcom and designed for inference, the part of AI where a model answers user requests. This is the hardware layer under ChatGPT, Codex, the API, and future agent products. OpenAI describes Jalapeño as the first accelerator in a multi-generation compute platform, which means this is not a one-off chip. It is the beginning of a hardware line built around OpenAI's own models. It is not built to impress consumers. It is built to make the machine cheaper, faster, and easier to scale. Most people think of AI as a model, but the model only matters if it can serve millions of users quickly. Jalapeño is built around large language model inference, kernels, memory movement, networking, serving patterns, latency, and power efficiency. That makes it less like a general-purpose graphics card and more like a machine designed around OpenAI's own traffic. Jalapeño expands OpenAI's platform from products to models and now to chips. OpenAI says designing its own accelerators lets it put what it has learned from frontier models and products directly into the hardware. The model is no longer only something running on top of the machine. The machine is being shaped around the model. OpenAI is not just making ChatGPT. It is moving into the physical infrastructure that decides how much intelligence can be served, how fast, at what cost, and under whose control. The chip is a way to reduce reliance on NVIDIA GPUs and lower infrastructure costs. NVIDIA doesn't suddenly lose the AI race, but the biggest AI labs do not want their future limited by another company's supply chain, pricing, or roadmap. Broadcom is the partner that helps make the chip real. Silicon implementation, networking, rack systems, Ethernet scale-up and scale-out, and large-scale production. In AI, a chip alone is not enough. Tens of thousands of chips have to move data together, and Broadcom's business is increasingly about making that hidden machinery work. Broadcom is also supplying the networking layer, including Ethernet systems that let the accelerators scale across racks and clusters. At this level, intelligence is not sitting on one chip. It is spread across machines that have to move data together fast enough to feel like one system. TSMC handles manufacturing in Taiwan, and Celestica builds the server systems in Canada. OpenAI says engineering samples are already running machine learning workloads in the lab at target frequency and power, including GPT 5.3 Codex Spark, and deployment is planned by the end of 2026. The chip went from design to manufacturing tape-out in about 9 months. And OpenAI says its own models helped accelerate parts of the design and optimization process. The larger Broadcom deal is aimed at 10 gigawatts of custom AI accelerators and network systems. Reuters compared that power consumption to the needs of more than 8 million US households, or 5 times the electricity produced by the Hoover Dam. The chip behind the answer on your screen is being scaled like public infrastructure, but it is being built for one private AI company. Building this kind of data center could cost $50 billion to $60 billion per gigawatt. The chips and server systems will be used only by OpenAI, since Jalapeño is not a consumer chip and not a general product, but a private infrastructure for the company's models, users, agents, APIs, and future services. Better chips make inference cheaper and faster. Cheaper inference supports more users, more products, more agents, more revenue, and more demand for infrastructure. OpenAI is trying to control more of the stack beneath intelligence. Models, products, chips, networking, racks, data centers, and power. Once an AI company builds the hardware around its own models, the mind is no longer just software, it becomes infrastructure. If future AI runs on private chips built for one company's own models, who controls the intelligence? The model, the lab, the chip maker, the data center, or the power grid underneath it? Tell me your thoughts on the control of intelligence, and until next time, this has been Micah Sai with the Singularity Hub. Subscribe for more.